Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news tonight, the city of Sarasota expects to spend $4 million less in the upcoming budget than it's spending from this year. But departments like parking management say they need more than the share they're getting from the general fund. ABC 7's Erica Jackson joins us live from downtown Sarasota to explain what new revenue driver might be coming to city streets to help close that gap. Erica?
Sarasota's Parking Management Division says it needs $300,000 of taxpayer money and city revenue for next year's budget. And that's actually an improvement from this current fiscal year where the parking division needed $600,000. But parking director Mark Lyons says there are still budget challenges. The aging Palm Avenue garage is in need of maintenance, and soon St. Armand Circle will have its own parking garage. The city doesn't want to depend on parking violations for revenue, so Lyons is searching for a way to generate more money and create turnover in prime parking spaces throughout the city. He's convinced city leaders to approve plans to bring parking meters back to busy areas downtown, which should help relieve some pressure on the city's general fund.
Start small, work through phases, make sure that it functions properly and that it achieves our objectives so that we can see it work properly.
Either way, we're still paying for it, so maybe it will help people walk and bike places more often.
Coming up tonight at 11, we'll discuss how the city plans to generate additional parking revenue on St. Armand Circle. Reporting live in downtown Sarasota, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you very much, Erica. In other news, a woman has been arrested in connection with a string of vehicle burglaries and auto thefts in Bradenton. Tyshana Douglas has been charged with grand theft auto after personal items were stolen from several unlocked vehicles on Glenbrook Drive, Glenbrook Court, and Glenbrook Place. Detectives do not believe Douglas acted alone and are following some other leads at this time. If you have any information on this case, you are asked to contact the Manatee County Crime Stoppers at the number listed on your screen. You are also reminded to always lock those car doors. Well, getting into the swing of summer, a top concern for some parents is making sure their children are safe even at the pool. Today, Swim Kids USA, along with the Sarasota Fire Department, Sheriff's Office, and Safe Kids Coalition, took to the water at Venice Gardens Civic Center. Instructors were teaching children and their parents some life-saving tips, including starting children off in the water early so that they know what to do if they ever accidentally fall in. Also, teaching kids to swim to the wall and not people who can move or drown themselves, and not having toys in the pool that could prove to be an obstacle when trying to swim to safety. Also, making sure kids know that they always need to swim with a parent or instructor close by.
Typical drownings for children do not look like what the movies or TV portrays. It's not splashing around yelling for help. When a child is drowning, they're underwater and it's completely silent. A lot of times it can happen when people are right there by them, but they have no idea. So again, we always teach the kids to go to the wall. That way it's always there.
Drowning is the leading cause of unintentional death of children ages 1 to 4. And certainly a hot summer day on the Suncoast. Good day to hit the pool. Let's head over to Wendy Ross for a first check on that weather. Wendy, I got rained on all day. I don't know about
everywhere. You said everywhere you went, you got some rain showers following you. Well, that happens sometimes. And right now we're looking at partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies across the region, but very, very warm temperatures still. 86 degrees right now. Dew point levels are high, and so is the humidity. Those winds are coming in out of the west right now at around 10 miles per hour. And for some reason, I'm not advancing. Who knows why? But at any rate, we may have to go back to you in just a minute here. Adam, we're looking at those rain showers that are dancing around our region. They're going to start to come on in and develop across the area. They're very spotty, very widely scattered right now, and we'll let you know what we can expect for the rest of this weekend's forecast. That's coming up in just a few minutes, Adam.
Wendy, your voice and face are plenty for our weather broadcast. Don't worry about that. In other news, one person was killed and another injured this morning just south of us when a plane crashed into an empty daycare in Fort Myers, Florida. Deputies say the aircraft crashed shortly after it took off from a nearby airfield. There were no daycare employees inside the building at the time of that crash.
I saw the plane flying real low and his right wing clipped the trees, and when that happened, he lost control, landed on the side of the building, somersaulted in front, and landed in front of that daycare from Chico's and exploded about 5 seconds later.
The injured person was taken to a local hospital. The Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board will be investigating that crash. People across the country are reacting to the health care reform plan from Senate Republicans, which was finally revealed, but all of the town halls this weekend, of all the town halls this weekend, only one will be with a Republican. But already the backlash is including a growing number of GOP lawmakers. ABC's Janae Norman has more from Washington.
Americans voicing their anger and frustration with the latest version of health care reform.
I know health care is on your mind.
People packing town halls this weekend, even rallying at the airport, making sure lawmakers see who exactly the bill will impact. Face to face, they're pitching to a sympathetic audience, Democrats.
I'm here because of the Medicaid cuts and how it will affect my 4-year-old daughter.
I mean, it's heartbreaking. It's hard to keep it together.
I'm one of 4 girls, and 3 of us have had breast cancer.
These voices and faces are so powerful and eloquent.
Senate Republicans don't technically need any Democratic support, holding a slim 52-seat majority.
We'll get it done, even if we don't have any help from the Democrats. We'll get it done.
But support within the GOP is falling short. Now, at least 5 Republican senators say they are not on board.
This bill that's currently in front of the United States Senate, not the answer. It's simply not the answer.
Nevada Senator Dean Heller disputing claims that the new bill will lower insurance premiums. It also includes deep cuts to Medicaid, which provides coverage to 74 million disabled and low-income Americans and nearly 40% of the nation's children.
I am very fearful the protections for those with disabilities or pre-existing conditions are going away.
The conservative group of holdout senators worry the bill doesn't go far enough, but at least 4 moderates worry the cuts go too far. Democrats are now focusing on driving that point home.
It sends a simple and clear message. If you're young and healthy, you'll be fine. If you're poorer, older, or sicker, well, you're screwed.
Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
And the Congressional Budget Office could have a score on that plan soon, including how many Americans would lose coverage in the coming days. So far, there are no public hearings planned on this bill, which could be taken up for a vote as early as next week. Well, heartbreaking scenes in southwest China as search crews continue to look for survivors after a landslide buried a remote village. More than 120 people are still missing. Dozens of homes are buried under thick mud and huge rocks. The Chinese president has ordered an all-out rescue effort for those who have been buried by this landslide. Local veterans suffering from dental pain had a bit of relief today. For today only, Aspen Dental was offering their services free of charge at both their Sarasota and Bradenton practices to veterans in need of care but who may not necessarily be able to afford it. Staff at the practices say that they are happy by today's turnout and look forward to continuing to provide that free service in the future to our nation's heroes.
To see the veterans that are in need and really can't afford or can't get the care that they need, for us to just give a little bit of our weekend for them, I mean, what better way to serve those people who served us?
Out of more than 21 million veterans across the United States, fewer than 10 million are enrolled for the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs health benefits, which does not always include dental care in those plans. Well, have you ever wanted to get involved and help out with some of the work Mote Marine Laboratory is doing, but never really knew how? Well, Mote is holding a special interest meeting this morning to discuss all of the different opportunities people have in helping out the community. The volunteer roles Mote is looking to fill include tour guides, clerks, and greeters at their museum, as well as more science-based volunteer opportunities at their aquaculture research park, studying fisheries, red tide, and participating in those infamous sea turtle walks.
We have opportunities for about every personality type. Most of our volunteers in those areas, they don't actually have any previous science experience, and so they're basically trained for the positions that they hold.
Interested in volunteering? For more information, you can visit mote.org/support/volunteer. Mote is also looking for high school students to volunteer over the summer. Well, the current Miss America may be a woman named Savvy Shields, but for one Manatee County Miss, her goal is to get that title. But first, she'll have to claim the title of Miss Florida. Current Miss Manatee, Jerkoya Waiters, is now preparing for a critical week ahead in obtaining that goal. All week long, she will practice and compete against dozens of other women from around the state. She will be competing in the pageant's talent, interview, swimsuit, and evening gown portions. But Waiters says that if the audience can take just one thing from her performance, she hopes it's her personal platform issue, autism awareness.
That's my passion. I grew up with a brother who was severely autistic, so that kind of motivated me, and that's where my platform stemmed from, because I want people to know the importance of finding a cure and knowing that people that are autistic are not the R word, the R word. They don't have a disability, they have an ability. That's what I like to call it.
Many Miss Manatees have won Miss Florida, but only 2 Miss Americas have come from our state, and they were from Orlando and Jacksonville. Still to come here on ABC 7, a major change coming to Google's email service. What you need to know about the new policy on personalized ads. And a Sarasota event keeping kids cool this summer and getting mom and dad out of the house and enjoying a little bit of nature.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-962-4112. That's 1-800-962-4112. Call now, 1-800-962-4112. For a free brochure, call 1-800-962-4112.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
I'm Alan Cohn. Citrus greening continues to impact the state's economy, how local citrus growers are dealing with the disease, and how experts believe it will change the future of farming.
Monday on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
If you haven't made those 4th of July weekend plans yet, you better get started. A record number of U.S. travelers are expected to be heading out of town during that holiday weekend. According to AAA, 44.2 million people will be traveling 50 miles or more from their homes. That is an increase of 1.25 million travelers over last year, making it the most traveled Independence Day weekend since the Auto Club has started that count. Two federal agencies are demanding records from SeaWorld. The agencies are asking for comments that executives and the company made in August 2014 about the critical Blackfish documentary. Both the U.S. Department of Justice and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission have asked for information. The Department of Justice in June subpoenaed the theme park company as part of its investigation into disclosures and public statements that were made about the movie's impact and trading in SeaWorld securities. The 2013 documentary chronicled the life of Tilikum, an orca that killed a SeaWorld trainer during a performance in Orlando in 2010. A major change is coming to Gmail. Google will no longer scan your emails in order to send you personalized ads. Privacy advocates have long criticized Google's practice of using email data to tailor advertising. Now you'll still see those targeted ads in Gmail, but they'll be personalized with information from other sources like web searches or YouTube. The change will go into effect later this year. With the summer heat, Mary Selby Botanical Gardens in Sarasota is offering parents and their little ones a chance to beat the heat with a day of water-themed activities. Splashin' Saturdays include water slides and games specifically geared for toddlers on up to children 10 years old, but there is a little something for everyone to enjoy at the gardens, from beautiful gardens to learning more about nature.
Both my kids love being outside. This is a perfect day to get them out a little bit cooler, with the water, and get them in a space where they can also learn about nature.
Splashin' Saturdays are from 10 a.m. to noon and will run through July 15th. The event costs $19 for every adult and $6 for children 4 to 11 years old.
That's a pretty nice way to spend an afternoon, isn't it?
I'll tell you what, nothing beats a water slide
No,
during the summer.
That's so much fun.
That is a guaranteed good time, no doubt. But maybe outside of an organized activity, at least if it's, 3 boys in a household. I know that from experience. Yeah,
there you go.
Probably better off just being in our backyard, I think.
That's the best. That is the best. Well, today we did, except for you, we didn't have a whole lot of rain that was taking place around the area. It was very spotty. The showers were coming at us from the east and continuing to track over to the west, and they all developed over the central part of the state. But right now we're looking at partly cloudy skies and very hot feeling temperatures. This is with the heat index right now, and you can see we're still seeing some 3 digits up there, especially up in the Jacksonville area. It feels as though it's 101 degrees there. Tallahassee feels as though it's 106 degrees. This is the combination of the temperature and the humidity all at the same time. The actual temperature is very different, certainly a lot cooler. The actual temperatures are still nice and hot, though. Readings are mostly in the 90s around the state, but our area is experiencing some slightly cooler temperatures. We've had a few more clouds coming in, and so along the water we're getting the benefit of the sea breeze. Temperatures are mostly in the upper 80s. You get away from the water, man, it's hot. We're still seeing lots of 90s right now from Mayaca City all the way over to Sebring. And today we got up to a high of 88 degrees. So this is what's going to go down in our record book. 77 was the overnight low. And of course, we've seen hotter days on this date back in 1998. It's 99 degrees. So it's been hotter on this day, as you can see. And what we're looking at right now is 86 degrees with our dew point high. The humidity is moderate. The winds are coming in out of the west at around 10 miles per hour. And right now we are looking at partly cloudy skies. Well, as you saw the march, the showers starting right over the central part of the state and then making their way over to the west coast. We've had some pockets of heavier rains, primarily around the Charlotte County area, but those have since really died down. And so while Charlotte County is getting the majority of the rains right now, as far as coverage is concerned, we're starting to see these heavier showers now moving into eastern Sarasota and Manatee County, and everything is going to continue to march on over towards the west coast. So we're eventually going to see these showers coming on through. We're getting a little bit of sea breeze coming on in as well. So we've got a couple of showers out here in the Gulf of Mexico too, but for the most part, the rains that we're going to see tonight are coming from the central part of the state, moving over towards the west coast. And over the next couple of days, we're looking at pretty much the same thing, these isolated showers and thunderstorms that are going to be affecting us mostly during the afternoon and evening hours. And you can see this rotation right here. That's because we've got high pressure system parked right over us at this point, and so that's helping to bring about more isolated conditions. The remnants of Cindy moving out into the Atlantic. We don't have to worry about that certainly, and because we are looking at the tropics, we are looking at a couple of waves that are coming off the coast of Africa, and you can see just these waves, but they're not developing into anything, so there's nothing that we need to be concerned with. Over the next several days into the weekend, this is our 7-day forecast. We've got a 30% chance of rain for Sunday. We begin to up those chances starting on Monday and continuing all the way through next weekend. Adam?
Now, sports.
Friday wasn't the best day for a Florida Gators baseball team who was undefeated through their first 2 College World Series games, and now Saturday has to be. The Gators facing elimination in their game against TCU tonight. Last night, the Horned Frogs were able to spring 4 earned runs off of Florida starting pitcher Jackson Kovar, despite Kovar striking out a school record 11 batters. Former Venice Indians Dalton Guthrie and Mike Rivera drove in the Gators' only 2 runs of the game. It's win or go home for University of Florida tonight starting at 8 o'clock. The winner of that best-of-3 series will be facing LSU in the final College World Series after they beat Oregon State 6-1 earlier today. The Rays hitting machine has been firing on all cylinders, outscoring opponents 29-13 over the last 3 games, thanks in part to breakout seasons from 2 of their lefty hitters. Corey Dickerson, who went 2 for 3 last night, is sporting the second-best batting average in the American League. And Logan Morrison continues his power surge with 22 home runs. That's tied for second best in the entire MLB. The Rays are currently 2.5 games back in the AL East and back at it again against the Orioles tonight. They're currently down 8-3 in that game. Wilson Ramos, who is making his first start in a Rays uniform, is 0 for 3 so far. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
If you are age 85 or younger, a final expense policy for seniors can pay up to $30,000 for funeral and other final expenses. You don't need a medical exam, and you can have lifetime coverage. Your premiums won't increase, your benefits won't decrease, and the policy cannot be canceled. To receive free information about final expense plans from a licensed agent in the Angel Care Network, call now.
Call 800-676-1339.
For years, I told everyone my Craftmatic adjustable bed was the greatest until I got the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has an adjustable pillow feature that's awesome. You're gonna want one too when you see how little they cost.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less, featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest, bedside power plugs, underbed night lights, and more. Available in all mattress types with optional heat and soothing massage for as much as half the price of Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. Adjust the rising pillow feature to help align your head, neck, and shoulders. See for yourself with our 30-day in-home trial. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-237-0214. That's 1-800-237-0214. Call 1-800-237-0214. Call now.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills. Wow! Stop stains and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99, and it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now, and you can double your offer. Get a second Couch Coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
With a top prize of $10 million, the new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery is your ticket to take on the world.
If you get knocked down, stand up again. Rip it up again. Give me one chance. I'm gonna make it. Give me my chance, this is my chance. I'm gonna take it.
The new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery. One of our life-changing scratch-offs offering billions in cash prizes.
ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
Well, 50 years after leaving high school short just one English class credit, Billy Joel is returning to his Long Island hometown to speak at this weekend's commencement ceremony. The 68-year-old Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, will be among the speakers for Hicksville's high school class of 2017. The six-time Grammy Award winner missed his own graduating class, but returned for the 1992 graduation ceremony and received his diploma, telling the audience, "I can finally pull myself out of this dead-end job and start working on a career with a real future." Yeah, I think he did just fine there, Billy. Some people do interesting things in their daily routines. Some go to the same restaurant, some go to the same, some drive down the same streets, and then there's this guy who for the past 2,000 days straight has gone to Disneyland. He's an Air Force veteran and says it's something he looks forward to every day.
Well, yeah.
I'm going to Disneyland again. I'm going to go have some fun. I'm looking forward to hitting the teacups, hitting Matterhorn, and definitely going over and riding Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. I'm loving that one. I've been on over a dozen times so far.
Living the dream to keep that magic going. He says he plans to keep on going for as long as he can, which I assume will be.
With the Brinks prepaid MasterCard, it's easy to manage our money. I get a text alert every time our card is used, so we always know our balance.
And we're protected from unauthorized transactions. Brinks gives us peace of mind.
Introducing the Brinks prepaid MasterCard. With direct deposit, you can get your paycheck or government payments up to 2 days faster.
Brinks knows what's valuable to me, time.
Load money onto your card and then shop online, pay bills. With Brinks, you can conveniently manage your money online and with the mobile app. Call now or go online to get your Brinks prepaid MasterCard. And in this TV-only offer, personalize your Brinks prepaid MasterCard with your photo for added security. Brinks knows what's valuable to you. Call right now to order your Brinks prepaid MasterCard.
Call 1-800-291-4547.
Or go online. Call now.